So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home. May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him, on us. You may find your world to be very different, or perhaps the erasure of our friend's memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandana.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
will not, for there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom, it is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
Mighty Zodiac, God born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor another age.
Hello? Oh, damn it, I've had the wrong source on this whole time. My computer did an automatic update, and it must have messed with my sources. Well, I'm glad I've been silent for most of that, because, you know, okay, I'm gonna make a note for myself. The fact that the, first, 20 minutes of the stream didn't have me on the right source. Yeah, that happened. Oh my goodness. Yikes. I mean, again, you know, we knew bad things were going to happen, but I didn't expect them to show it so viscerally. Okay, well, I guess we're going to teleport back to old Charlene now. Oof. Yeah, thank you for saying something, because I was starting to suspect, but I hadn't actually taken the time to look over at my audio stuff. I haven't seen such a gut-wrenching depiction of the world actually ending in a video game since Chrono Trigger. You know? Yeah. Yeah. I need to replay Chrono Trigger. Lynn, impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. So, have you learned any aught more of the final days? Indeed. Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, things have taken a turn for the worse. Scions are running themselves ragged, trying to contain the spread of blasphemies. But it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Lysay and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they've visited, Locus Amunius is one of the worst affected. Tancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. This is an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Ishtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea. It's no avail. As for Chitaru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. An ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, we've seen no sign of it thus far. I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortunal to the people at Radzat Han. But knowing their discussion, Yurtra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alisay, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now? Final days have come to Garlemald. Of course they have. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortunal. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. Others need you, Lyn. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Class was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling when you'll be walking into, or what you'll be walking into even. So you'd best take every possible precaution. By the by, Reku, if you've not played Baten Kaitos, that game is also another great example of I'm going to say it's a peri-apocalypse, because, for reasons that I can't get into, because they're a major part of the story. But it's got some major apocalyptic stuff that happens in that game that covers the apocalypse in a way that I'm not sure I've seen very many other games touch upon. Let's see. Golden Sun is also a good one. Never got around to that one. Bit of a gap in my gaming CV, given that I have the Xenobrain Worms and it made by Monolith. Yeah. It is a fantastic story, but yeah, the GameCube version was a little rough to get through at times, so I completely understand. But the remaster that came out for the Switch last year before, somewhere around there, is really fantastic. Like, it is a genuinely major upgrade that I did not expect to be as good as it was. Good to see you, Lyn. A great deal about your recent exploits, as has everyone else. That's why I feel confident recommending you for associate level hunts. The challenges you face from here on out... Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's just going to higher levels. And I'm now full up on quests. I really need to do some of those side quests. Well, I cleared one side quest. Let's see. Go to Camp Broken Glass. There we go. Then, and not a moment too soon. The skies of Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glaciers that the Forum's airship had landed. It's then that the heavens began to burn. Dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. Trust you are ready to depart. Upon this, several cutscenes will play in sequence, recommended use on sufficient time, and you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points in the event you are defeated. Please note that the entire battle... Okay. This is one of those. We have to pause at some point for a commercial break, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Ugh, nasty.
No. We were promised an escape. Not the same.
You know, valid. Hate that for him, he's dead now, but...
My final days here in this blasted waste.
Okay, you're not making this situation any better, buddy.
Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
This man has never connected to another person in his life. Yeah, maybe you should have started moving before then.
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
Yeah, did you think that they were telling lies in all of those letters where they were saying they were heroes of the world? Like, fuck off, my dude.
I can handle this pair.
You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
Good job, you two.
As you wish.
Can't stay because spoilers, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. Well, fair enough, Boomer. I'm glad for you have you pop by and say hi. Thank you for being here. But yeah, I also super understand if you can't stay because spoilers. Okay. Oh, okay, right. It's not gonna let me use my own... Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Where are... There's the dot, there's that. Ooh. I really wish it would just let me use my own bars for this. But here we are. Palestinian. Y'all, chill out. Aw, beans.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Like, it's really bothersome when you have the classes, or the jobs, I should say, that they're having you play as, and you don't just get to use your own bars. You know? Like, if I'm gonna be a sage, let me be a fucking sage.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Fuck off, Fortuno! Oh, hello?
Hey, Mom, look at this cool animal I found.
That's an adorable, well, what is it, sweetie?
Can I keep it?
No, 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 no. We have to put that back outside. Okay, as soon as I'm done with this fight, I'm gonna go deal with that. Make sure that he actually, does the thing. As a sage main, when this event came up in your time, like, yep. Like, I have a lot of fun whenever I play sage. It's probably my best healing class at this point, but I haven't gotten the chance to play it in a while because I've been trying to get all classes up to level 80. And I guess actually as soon as I manage to do that, I'm going to need to get everybody up to level 90 now instead. Oh, beans! Stuff is not where it's supposed to be. It does like a bit of oomph, but it really, really rewards. It's also probably the most active healer, which really makes me feel better as a player, if that makes sense. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, wow, okay. Feels kind of tanky anyway, given its reliance on long but powerful cooldowns. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I need to go deal with whatever it was that he brought inside. And we're gonna run... Oh, okay. Are we not able to pause this one? Maybe.
I don't want to die.
Okay, nope, we just can't pause this one.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Real briefly, let's go ahead and hit the snooze button on the ad, so at least that's not going to be a problem.
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
Maybe.
In time enough to be of aid. For once.
Okay, alright, fair enough, I guess.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Of that I've no doubt.
Sir? Did your voice drop?
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Get your head out of your ass, Fortuno.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate.
Very true.
To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel.
I like Fortuno.
These beasts must fall here and now.
I do appreciate that he's getting a front row seat to his kids being way more competent than he
Caution to
is.
the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go.
And no good, I get to be a red mage. Except not with all of my abilities in the right place. Arg. Ugh. And I can't self-heal? What is this nonsense? Oh, I can. Okay. Again, it's just not where I'm used to it being, you know? Like, that one's almost the worst because it's in the same button. Just not where I'm used to it being. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Almost there. Thank you very much for heals.
Nothing to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
And let's snooze that again. And hopefully we can actually pause. Let me try it.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Okay, good. Alright, so I will be back in just a few minutes. Stand up, stretch, all that good stuff. We'll be back soon, okay? Alright. Tell me about this little critter you got. think there may be a storm front moving into my area, because I have got a wicked pressure headache.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Now that's how you save the world. You give people hope. And you heal their injuries.
Look out!
Oof.
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might
Oh,
never
girl.
measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Speak of the devil and she shall tromp onto the scene. This is precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen.
I can look after myself, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just here to make your day a little more convenient, is all.
Everything's in order, I trust.
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Alright, let's have an actual fight now. Oh, in the coming fight I will play as myself, huh? Okay, hey, good to know, good to know. Imagine playing as the Warrior of Light. I know, couldn't be me. No.
Just the beginning.
Just the tip, huh? Okay. Hello, Stinian.
This should be the last of the rest troublemakers. With me!
Ow. What the hell am I supposed to do here? Ah. Now let's see about getting him some healing. I mean, I would Alpha no, but I need more healing than you're providing. As do you, apparently. Ow. Ow. Nice. I really wish I'd been able to get the last part of that combo off, but you know what? I'll take it.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Charlian is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's your intent, but
That power
about that.
is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons.
Ah.
Come to old Charlian. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
Yep. Major storm coming my way. Sorry, I checked the little weather report on my wristwatch thingy. And of course there is.
Seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you! Just there!
Keep running, my dude.
More of them.
All right.
Xenos! Here!
I mean, it is his country.
You're right. Hurry to the airship.
Huh.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern.
I mean, if nothing else, the man knows what he wants.
You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry.
Yeah, no shit. Because I have a
Your passion
moral
pales
guidance.
before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about.
I cannot read the room. At least he's consistent, but also honest. Yeah, honestly, yeah, he is very straightforward.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians.
You may as well be talking to a brick wall, my dude.
Murdered by their own flesh and blood.
We tried to warn you.
Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death.
Why do y'all look guilty?
The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did. For what?
For nothing in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Ulysses, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Very true.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
I mean, you probably would have at least been able to keep the charade up a little while longer.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you and you alone.
Like, in a back-asswards way, he's not wrong.
Fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you.
Good choice, kiddo.
Go, and may we never suffer your madness again.
Xenos!
Thank you very much for the lurk.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish.
I'm in shift my seated position a little.
Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the
Excuse me.
offer. But might I ask why you're delaying your departure? I presume it is not
gracious.
solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Oh, really? I mean, we're some of the main leaders, so go ahead and explain your shit.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Ulysses, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Ooh, the lightning strike there was just so timely. Easy now, standing there so uncaring and unrepentant. I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he remembers what I said even. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. Oh, that's a pretty nice sword. That said, Moogle time.
No major injuries then. Good.
We've had a lot of voiced
I briefed
content
the
this
soldiers and sent
expansion.
them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I mean, as long as you don't shoot at us.
Scions where I'm expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions.
Fair enough, Al.
Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
Good on you.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
Nice little call out.
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
You long enough to figure that out?
Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Everybody's doing good. Your granddaughter says hi.
Did you hear something just now?
That's not good.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Oh, thank goodness.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
I really need you to do the pose, sir.
Heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose.
Oh, buddy.
Procure more
Hello?
suitable garments.
Hey, hun. Can I borrow
hey.
you for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. You can borrow me anytime you like, stud. Alright. I'm gonna leave you around, Jay, shivering and see what V actually needs, because I'm almost certain it's a customer thing, but still. I mean, we've still got, because I snoozed the ad before, we've still technically got 15 minutes till it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and run it now, and that way we don't really mess up our schedule too terribly much. So, I'll see you in about 5 minutes, and we'll be back soon. Alright? Alrighty, Sweeney, what you need? Alrighty. We've probably left Ariane shivering for long enough.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands.
You could describe it as a spot of bother, yes.
Help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Atheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair.
And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
I mean,
Marvelous, they
better
say,
time would have been like
pots of pudding to be found.
500 years ago, maybe.
Oriange's inferior works no more.
I want that as an emote. Can I get that as an emote?
Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom. Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star. So
You know, that makes so much more sense now that I've met Heidelin.
twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
They're so cute.
Forgive me, but are they...
Real?
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last.
So the forum really has just been going through all this without any fucking clue who they were talking to, huh?
That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
You know, fair. Good to have you back.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Yeah, well, that's the hope. Putting way in the background.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Yep.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you report the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I dare say Master Fortuno was nonplussed, as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heideland's lunar custodians, as he will soon discover they have much and more to offer the Forum. I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith. We may yet have time to discuss the recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Oh, not where I'm heading. Ah. I dropped something I was fiddling with. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Leporites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Crown tells us that you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heideland's Elpis flower lead? Oh, a lot. It turns out the Ascians actually technically did know about how this was going to go, but then had their own memories wiped. And Heideland is also an Ascian, but not one that had her memory wiped. This dynamic has to do with the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. Were an entity, through sheer force of motion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass that of even of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside of its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Netian. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she's been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. And our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Median. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Median, and we deliver the world from the final days. To even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before she escaped, an enchantment was placed on her by Vana, the woman who would become Heideland. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, so we can assume that our Heideland and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heideland possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would be willing to share the knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Median? Then I know would never give up. That's my impression, too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So what's the second condition? We must find a way to reach Median. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Heidelin may be necessary in any case. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Imperial Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Arnvald and the Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the ethereal sea, but closer to home. Oh, no, not mine. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. And Father was able to persuade them. Well, no, that's not what they said. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Ooh-ah! Oh, goodness gracious. I slept fine last night. Am I sleepy? The Forum is in session, and as such the Rostra is closed to visitors. Not a visitor. I was specifically called here. Scion of the Seventh Dawn? Very well. You may wait in the corridor. First entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, this sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. I mean, I still have these hands. But I guess...
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Damn time.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to your hospitable ones for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Nope, hold it in.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside,
Well stated, Kryle.
are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct.
Okay.
This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect."
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
He said propose, he didn't say we get to determine its use.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Well stated, Alphino.
Delightful as always, Master Alphino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
You're here.
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate.
No shit.
All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Like, y'all literally have nothing to lose on this. Hello, Moral Compass Gaming.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The
Oh, yeah?
ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
I have a caffeine drink, but I'm also trying to just sip it and not overdo things. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Media, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both goals objectively for both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. Might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. I mean, valid? As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. Trust you can make your own way there. Okay, let's sit up a little bit better. So, the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? I still have yet to figure out how these things work properly. I thought you just had to, like, look at the area or something, but it is what it is. Oh, slash lookout. Okay. Right, I knew they went into a log, I just couldn't remember the specific command for it. And it's one of those things that, like, I'm never thinking about it when I actually, like, have the ability to look things up, you know? Okay. Good to go, good to go. Thank you very much for that reminder. I thought I just kept finding them while, like, the weather was wrong or something like that. What? That's the bed. Yep, haha. I don't know, it just kind of occurred to me at the last second, like, oh, hey, I can make a slight game for myself about this. As if Final Fantasy XIV didn't have enough games inside this game. Ah. Oh. I am definitely going to go have a nap after this stream. I've arrived in style, everyone. Anybody want to jump into bed? No? Okay, fine. We'll worry about the end of the world. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Forum in its wisdom has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside, have Opheline take you to the medial circuit. He is still being such a prick. Ugh. You've sent your associates ahead to the Logisticon Alpha on the other side of the Marial Agronautics. Actually, there is something I've been meaning to. Yep, never mind. It can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. Oh, were you actually going to, like, offer an apology or something? The music here is so peaceful. I want to see a whole ballet choreographed to that piece in particular. I feel like that would be really, really fun and gorgeous. We are here to wait here while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Yeah, give it 10 years? Honestly, I know a couple of ballerinas. It's not my specialty, but I could probably talk to them and see about that. I just need to know what that actual specific piece is. Water is drawn from the underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, you're able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, Father brought me here as a child. What? And left me behind? Yeah? Actually, you're the one who left me behind. You went off somewhere with Grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It's all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world. You're growing nearer to the wondrous. Dreams of man. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms explored by the Loperites, or employed by the Loperites in recreating a similar environment. Come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiarch. Habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface. Each unique, yet undeniably similar. Ooh, good to know. I will have to pull that up when I can. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Heidelin had unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Aetheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos. in preparation for the great exodus. That is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loperids have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I have arranged for you all to enter the Central Circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out. Construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions. Free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. Oh, he's eating so much crow recently. Yes, please. Actually, hang on. Whilst I'm thinking about it, let me... Give me a second to pull that song up on Spotify so I can listen to it later. Excuse you? Game's up, man. Right, so next time I use my iPad, that will be waiting and available for me. The ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Seeing the work is Cuckold and Cole, after whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars. This way. Mount Roulette. Yeah. Cocoa Puff. Ah. An earth-lined area. Okay.
Could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Down there, lost my eyebrows.
Hello?
I hate to interrupt your stream, my little flower.
Oh, you're fine.
But there's a customer issue out front.
Little issue, can take a moment. Big issue, gonna take a little
Just
bit.
the former.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged.
Wow, okay, so it just...
For better or worse.
There we go. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take our 5 minutes break, and we'll be back in a little while. If this one takes an extra couple of minutes, please forgive me on that one. Just gotta make sure whatever we deal with is resolved, okay? Alrighty, so stand up, stretch, do all that good stuff. We'll be back as soon as we can, okay? But not sooner than 5 minutes. Also like to get a snack if at all possible, but we'll see. Maybe. So, you have little issue. Are we talking price questions? Are we talking there was a flying mess suit? What are we doing? What are we doing?
The St. Louis Blues.
Long story short, it was somebody who wanted to complain that a certain person was not available, even though they failed to schedule something with that certain person. They knew that they were going to be here this week. It is what it is. You know, that you're going to be in a place where you are looking for a specific person to deal with you. Maybe schedule things. Maybe book an advance booking. Something along those lines, you know? Yes, please. Here we go.
Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface. whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it.
Always
Suppose I could
amuses
do with
me
a
when
change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner
Lalas
burns
have
ether,
just
ambient or
ridiculously deep
otherwise,
voices.
and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding.
I mean, yeah?
Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
Probably being the keyword there.
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient.
Yeah?
A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
The what?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
That would explain why we'd need it.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the northern empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up.
So what you need is the help of adventurers.
It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
Mm-hmm. You want me to go and fetch the whatsits?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours. What's all this?
gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Your kids are much more competent than you, and they have friends.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all.
Thank you, Serena.
Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad.
Yep.
Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics.
You need to be a little more specific.
Ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Well, that one's a little bit of a bigger ask, but we'll see.
Heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking. And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
You know, in another life, I was myself an academic. And this moment just kind of goes to show exactly why it was so difficult for me, because academia is wonderful. It's amazing. Learning new things and increasing the knowledge of the world is fantastic. But if you don't have connections out in that world to bring that knowledge to everyone and to then include everyone else's knowledge in your own, it's basically useless. It's that ivory tower bullshit. It's times like these we're reminded of how famous or infamous Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting a rather lot of this... Oh, goodness, excuse me. A rather lot of visitors in the near future. I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. It's going to be Sid. She's going to bring in Sid. Almost certainly. That's my guess, anyway. On that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Meanwhile, in Ul'dah... Uh-oh.
action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on
Both of these
your
guys
support.
make me think of various JoJo theme songs.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults.
Surely.
Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it.
Oh, she's gotten so good at this.
The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Well spoken. Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud, it's so cool to see all these people that I've had job quests with before.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses.
You'd be
Still,
surprised.
It has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
True, true. Aha!
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
Efficiency is nothing. It's just not your strength.
But I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
May our strength complement yours.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Meanwhile, in Corthus.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already...
Really are coming back to everyone, aren't we?
That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
Ooh. Meanwhile, in the Ruby Sea,
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is.
hi, Soroban.
And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Making all the wheeling and dealing today. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do if we be of service? You've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Elagan technology. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. If only Master Kobold knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the great exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our agreement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiar ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. And, if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlene Hamlet was lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's adorable. Oh. Oh, I want it. Oh, I want that outfit. Oh, that's absolutely adorable. Alright, I'm gonna leave that outfit like that is for a while. To the north, okay. Honestly, if I could afford to get the Red Mage outfit that I've been wearing for a long time, I would absolutely wear that. Oh, should commission some art. That's always my answer to everything. Like, oh, I can't afford this outfit. Here, let me commission an artist at basically the same price. But hey, love supporting artists. And really, where would I wear it? You know? From what I can tell, a lot of the people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of the fresh inspiration Scholar Montaigne mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Yeah, fair. Let's meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done. I have room for one more side quest. And wouldn't you know it, I see just one such side quest. Right over there. Oh, poor sick troll. Yep, we'll deal with it. Eventually, anyway. Seriously, this is a wild amount of construction to be hidden underground. For nobody else around the world to even know was here up until recently. Oh no, yawns, go away. Hang on. Okay, hopefully that won't be too terribly audible on my side. Just turned on a fan to hopefully, like, get some circulation in the area and hopefully maybe keep myself a little better awake. Helping with the arc. Even with all the Power Master cookholes mentioned, or managed to squeeze out of the Aether Burner, it's still not enough apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying. There will be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and all will be well. Alright, fair enough, I suppose. Oh. Hello? Are you one of the new helpers? In a fashion, yes. Working on the ether burner? Oh dear. New things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I'd choose that over my current duties. Checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes and what have you. Orion's got enough on their plate as it is. Deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. But powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fortuno and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do you even have time to sleep? I don't know, it's rare for me to actually see somebody on this server who's as far along as I am, so, you know, gotta say hi when I can. Even if I don't expect them to respond. Offering to help? That's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. Mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose to use as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so it'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person after having communicated with them in such a limited capacities thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants. Why, I'd much prefer something small and fluffy like a habited rabbit that ran by. Huh. Okay. So you have met them. You just don't know it. Oh. Bye. Fancy meeting you here, Lynn. Friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. Well, what we're really interested in is Epirus itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around. Or at least, that's what we were planning to do until we were a chance to run Urianche and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? I mean, sure. Tour of Labyrinthos, huh? Unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, it be in our best interest to have the Loperids acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal for their Charlean collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing, or rather than broadening, their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited for this venture? What a marvelous idea! Might we begin with that great big Watson over there? Ah, yes, the Watson. I'll leave its explanation to Lynn. I'm gonna give them so much wrong information. Seriously, this is a very cute dress. Well, okay, not really a dress, more of a chemise under a corset, an extra trail at the back. Still, nice material, you know? Ah. guess it's not really a chemise either, though, is it? It's a blouse of some sort. I can never remember the name of these things properly. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics, it's positively stupendous. Yep. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Oh, that's just singing while making sounds? Search the apparatus for points of potential interest. Ah, okay, this is the point-and-click game again. Sir? What are you doing up there? It would appear that the concept you observed in another time, another place, was approved for life in the wider world. Somehow. It's a little hard to see from here. Is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through the window another pipe at the bottom. This must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Is that water I heard from inside that giant great tube? Must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw off the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside, too. Oh yeah, it's an Archimedes screw. Okay. Seriously, what are you doing up there? Oh, and it's a storage tank, okay. Well, that looks like the trees in the Great Ansvale. Hold on, it's quite a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Oh, now it makes sense. That's where they're storing the water. Yep, there you go. Oh, hello?
Mom, can you help me get a snack off the high shelf?
I mean, I can if you want me to, but aren't you taller than me?
Yeah, but you have that grabby spell that I don't.
Okay, fair enough. I'll be with you in just a second, sweetie. Alright, we will go ahead and use this moment to take our last 5-minute break of the stream. I'll be back very soon. Actually, yeah, getting a snack's not a bad idea either. So, yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stand up, stretch, get yourself a snack, maybe, and some refreshments. And we'll be back to finish this little learning adventure with the Loperits in about 5 minutes. So, talk to you soon. Alrighty, I'm definitely going to get some animal crackers. How about you?
The St. Louis Blues.
Cracker. I'm right, aren't I? I can do it. Its design brilliant is its simplicity. Dare say it would only take only a moment to install it in even the harshest conditions. For us Loperits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Etheirys sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanalan are built near oases. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear. Or we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we anticipated. Few adjustments may be in order, but once we calculate the average rate of consumption per individual, it may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through the Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loperits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlene Hamlet. Oh, excuse me. I shall lead the way. This is what I get for trying to eat cheesy crackers too fast. You mean we have to brave the wilds? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice that many dangerous-looking creatures have big, nasty teeth lurking around the safe confines of this settlement. Were we not escorted by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator of the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loperits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of substance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to the Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I trust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Sounds good to me. More valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. It's all the same to you. I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. The water extraction, what's it? We have got to find out the real name of that thing for them at some point. Boing, 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 boing. Oh. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction Watson is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you. XP ham. Oh, that's well. Oh, this is literally on the way. Okay. Aww, baby. Bye. My friends, I bid you welcome to the Logisticon Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. Okie dokie. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I like this piece of music. I don't think it should be on all the time in this area. Like, it feels a little too high energy for what we're generally doing here. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way that they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Yeah, fair enough. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Marial Agronomics. As I imagine, Singing Way and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of the apparatus, wouldst thou be so kind to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully we'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger is telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. And not to mention Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there is still time. I mean, fair? Let's brook no further delay. Okay, not to be rude, but I am gonna... I mean, I could not have asked for a funnier one to pull up here. This is the place, yes? Heady aroma was enough to guide me here. I spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. Eagerly left to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crop without permission are often caught and put into pies. Interesting. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they'd be willing to part with a few samples? Sure thing, Cooking Way. Let's find you some fruit and veg. What a fine mess this is. What's the mess you're dealing with? What's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft? I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whatever star the Forum decides will be our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? It's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. No matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? Well, I would like to begin by figuring out how to get up to that. Can I catch a ride? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a flight-based thing for me later. Okay. Here we have the glorious squapes. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes? Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, you've never had this much sugar in your life. So sweet, so sour. They taste as much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. Tell me, what is your opinion on grapes? Funny enough, I actually just finished a grape cocktail. I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice grape. They are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, I recall? Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Oh, I went a little too far. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? The fruit, actually. Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Uriange about expanding my vocabulary. Simply cannot find the words to describe it. Well, okay, so grapes are more tart than sour, but I see what you mean. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices. Each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation, but no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. see. What is this? Pumpkins? Potatoes? That color, that texture. Like some sort of enormous round grapes? Or carrots? No? In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. But hard and flavorless. I may as well be chewing a piece of wood, but that'll but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as godly carrots. Stop, stop, stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. And stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. Oh. Well, then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder, though, is there anything even more delicious? How about that yellow fruit over yonder? Oh, lemons. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. You're about to have a time. Oh, wondrous fragrance. With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. Oh, it has a flavor. And I have no idea how these are eaten. I'll just bite into it. My tongue! Is this poison? A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? It's something so similar to an orange be so revolting. Ugh. Maybe some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call an end to this round of sampling. Fair farewells and return to the others. Well, you're okay. Here's the thing. Now that I've let you do that, you're not supposed to eat lemons alone. You're supposed to be mixed with other things. Finished, have you? Trust you found something to your liking. Rather enamored of the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I had learned the hard way that they're not meant to be eaten raw. And there was the lemon. The deceiver! I feel so violated. First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth. In more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. This doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to... The sick came up there. Learn more about your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin. Do your worst. Ooh, a lemon muffin or a lemon cake would be absolutely delicious. What you think, Cooking Way? This is delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, complements the sweetness of the dough and creating a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See? We rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must in order for us to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loperids. We were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly, and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. It is the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Everything comes back to carrots, y'all. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, or all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. Be content with what we have. Make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you on about? Who are you, anyway? Looking away at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetherius' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Of course, I look forward to it. Well, this has been highly productive. Probably. Let's go and see if Urianger and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Bye-bye. Cute. Extremely cute. Let's see. Okay, we need to go back south. Okay. Up for crimes of the saucy kind. Stray egg. I know it means it's an eggplant or an aubergine, but just a weird chicken egg. Ugh. That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Limsa Laminsa is home to the Culinarians Guild, and many less than savory establishments. Would that I had time to visit. Oh, the more I learn of Aetherius, the more I wish we could spare it for the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. Maybe there was some other way. Well, we are cooking something. Madame Tish. Let's see. Urianger appears to be telling the loaf reds. Okay. I think this one might be our last mission. At least for today. Then, I trust thy time at Mariel Agronomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge would occupy them, and us, for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlene Hamlet forthwith. We shall gladly attend to each and every loprid there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Aww. Let's just teleport there. Glad to see his troll friend made its way back here. Neat. Oh. What is it, buddy? Yes, Lynn. That was me, indeed me verbalizing aside to express my emotional state. You want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Atheris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. Forests so lovely, so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? Black Shroud isn't quite leafy indeed, and a place of utmost tranquility. Gasp! Gasp, I say! With a star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. Ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard and yet achieving so little. Achieving so little? What are you talking about? Not at all. My works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Sacred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruptions here, but despite news of the coming end. Huh. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. We can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. But me? You've used to people? I'm honored you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure I'm up for the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in me. You say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza. Looked to be in need of a helping paw. So you might start with him? Tis as good as place of any. Let's see. Over this direction, huh? And yeah, definitely gonna hit that nap when I'm finished with stream. Oh, hello? Would like to, no? What if I just, But from over, no? Okay. Too small to jump. Exactly, hit people. How you doing today? And Howard, splash! And here, just starting to say done for the work of the day. Nice! Is this the start of your weekend, or do you work over the Saturday and Sunday as well? Ooh, can I help you? Oh, we're just checking in with people. It's you who would help me? My anxiety truly so obvious? Nice. Burden shared is a burden eased. Hey, tell us thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see. What they say of the ship is the sum of decades of Charlean ingenuity. It's built with peerless Alagan technology. It's all true, but... We know. None of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? If it doesn't, we'd fall apart on the next flight. The one after that? We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless too. Look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, well, I'm not so sure about that, but, well. Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're specifically worried about? Stuff exploding is the first step to stuff not exploding, my friend. I mean, yeah, you're correct. You are 100% correct. Ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. Devised a means for which to employ gravity, a spatiotemporal spell, to regulate the environment. But what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Gravitation. Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet, if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loperids to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aetheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Lynn, thou hast a gift, finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, and I might introduce each to a suitable Loperid. You can count on me, bud. I do look look forward to that. A place for every Loperid and every Loperid in their place. Oh, goodness gracious. 8 people? Oof. Okay, well, can't go there. Oh, okay, well, there's one person. Concerns? Nay, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. Seems to be coping well, okay. Am I thinking about? The medical facilities on board the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons, but to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in the great expanse is beyond any of us. Saying nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. Well, maybe go talk with the people who already live there. They're from the moon. How did I not think of that? There you go. Oh. Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. Apologize. I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under pressure? Well, you know a starship pilot I might speak with? Truly? Yeah, then, no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. There you go, bud. Is anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void since played against piano. Feet and knees is drums and cymbals, too. It just needs a break. Okay. Valid, though. Ah. How might I help you? I don't know, is there anything you need help with? What a lovely idea. I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I need only track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. Oh, she's doing better than you are. Wow. Wow, don't feel the need to get called out like that. Seriously, I've only found 2 of 8 people? Blasted assistants, where could they have gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have no time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery. It seems I shall have to do it single-handedly. I swear, when I find those assistants of mine... Well, I mean, I might have another assistant or two. The Loperits are willing to help? Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already, and haven't slept in weeks, lazy sods. I hate that kind of doctoral supervisor. It says no entry, I suppose. You're not going anywhere in there. Oh, hello?
Mom, have you seen Mr. Grumbles?
No, sweetie. Did you lose track of her?
Can you help me find her?
Yeah, give me just a couple of minutes, sweetie. I mean, we've still got some time before the last commercial break. Yes, you idiot. Oh, not you. Good game. Have you seen an envelope lying around? This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. Well, I mean, I could have somebody help you find it. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damn envelope, I doubt they'll be more help than you. And you've wasted enough of my time already. And... vicious researcher. The end of the world is nigh, and yet the work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things, feasible for one moment, under bollocks the next. Yet I never felt so alive. Okay. Goodness gracious. Oh. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? You want to talk to somebody? Maybe hold a fluffy bunny? Oh, do pardon me. I didn't see there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern. Even though we may need to depart at any moment. If the hull I designed buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind. But that is highly unlikely, yes. Yes, highly unlikely. Have you talked to the Loperits? Visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? That would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Alright, well there's 4 out of 8. Yes. Fucking hell, Squeenix. Why would you give me even the possibility of finding false leads here? or not. It also doesn't help that the circles that show where everybody might be are not accurate 100% of the time, you know? It's like, there could have been somebody out here. There's not. Apologies, but I'm awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. Yep, okay. Oh, Got about 5 more minutes before I feel like I need to clear out. We're only halfway there, goodness gracious. Have you heard of anything about what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the stars on God knows what, made by gods know who. Oh yeah, actually the Loperids are just around the corner there. We just go talk to them. You mean to say that I could speak with them directly? Amazing, I hope they like questions. Worries. No, I believe I'm fine, thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues, and it's helped a lot. Can't recommend it enough. Fair enough. Nobody hiding around back there. May as well check outside the walls here as well. Just in case. I didn't figure we'd find anybody, but, you know, due diligence and all that. There's gotta be at least 3 more people, goodness gracious. Where could they be? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. So they just pop up as we talk to people. Good to know. So places that we've already been might still have people there. Good. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! So I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate. I can hardly make the decision myself. I know so little of the environment up there. Well, we've got the people who built the environment very nearby. Including the Loperids in our discussions is a wonderful idea. Absolutely will, thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. Hey, do more. No? Do you have any needs? Consult our collaborators? I suppose that could be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Could the Etherburner make our original estimates unfeasible? There are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. Perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, one more. Really dislike that who I can speak to is changing as I go. Oh, please be the final person. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the... Oh. I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all. So I went on a walk, and then I noticed these weeds, and... Do you need some help relaxing? Wasn't conversation partners and oh so fuzzy? Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax. Okay, so we have finished up the actual necessary parts of this. I will leave the actual talking to Urianger until next time. Oh, actually, wait, why am I even walking over there then? So for now, let's head back over to the Just Chatting screen, and I'll find a place to send you all off to. Alrighty. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Alrighty. Thank you very much for stopping by, weary travelers. I appreciate you coming by. Well, yeah. We may not have made as big of a difference this time as we have in previous times, but we are definitely setting ourselves up for the end game. Thank you so much for being here for Final Fantasy XIV. I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, May 17th, for more of that 1930s jazzy and mystical tactics game, Lamplighters League. Until then, for more information about future streams, keep an eye on our Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I've been your hostess, Sheela Orenthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for a little while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon via a raid. So let's take a look at the menu and see who is online. Maybe. Hello? Excuse me? Nobody? It can't be right. I've been having some issues with, oh, wait, no. In fact, there isn't anybody that I know online right now, so, wow. Okay, well, once again, thank you for being here with us today, and I suppose we'll see you next time. That's all for now. Bye, bye-bye, bye, mwah, bye.